Ooh, doggy. What's going on, beautiful people? I pray y'all are just doing incredibly well. So, I recently did a video talking about novations and sharing some of my experience with novations and how to pitch them to sellers and how to kind of get them going, so to speak. Right? I'll see if I can't share that actual video somewhere here in the description or so. But on this part, I want to have almost like a part two to novations. Now, if you recall from that video, or even if you didn't get a chance to watch it, one of the things that we do with novations is we list that property on the seller's behalf on the MLS. And this is what I want to talk about today, okay? Now, please, before I get into it, like, subscribe, share all those amazing things that I say on every video. It helps the channel grow and it helps us to spread the word and make a kingdom impact. But let's dive into it, right? So, when it comes to the actual part of listing the property on the MLS, there's typically a couple of ways that you can do it. Now, remember, you are not an agent, okay? Well, I'm not an agent. Let me rephrase that. I am not an agent, and you may not be an agent. And so, for us to get these properties listed onto the MLS, which is the multi listing service, you can either do number one, use a flat fee service. These services cost about $500, and basically, it's a brokerage company that you pay, a flat fee, and you list that property, and then you're responsible for all of the negotiating, reviewing the contracts, things of that nature. That's an option. I completely disagree with that option. Okay. I don't recommend it because number one, it costs you $500 about typically, right? I don't want you to have to pay $500 to list a property on the MLS that may or may not get sold. And so then if it doesn't get sold, then guess what? Now you've lost $500. Well, you got into the business of making money. You got into the real estate business for making money, not losing money. Okay. So I don't want you to even take a $500 loss if you don't have to. It's number one with that. My other biggest issue is that let's say you're a newer investor and then you have other agents sending you contracts and offers and things of that nature. You do not need to be in the middle of trying to go through that and negotiate those terms and do all that. Is it difficult? No, not really. But could you be doing something better with your time, right? Like going to get the next deal? Possibly, right? And so that's why I don't want you to fool with that or do that. I recommend finding an agent that is able to list these properties on the MLS for you for a novation. Okay. This way, number one, you do not have to pay that $500 fee. That's the biggest thing. Number two, that agent is going to do all of the negotiations for you, which is massive. That's huge. Okay. And so, what's awesome about this is that an agent that is experienced with doing novations is going to be a tremendous value add to you through this entire transaction. They're going to be a massive resource to you through this entire transaction, especially as you're just getting going and you're doing your first or second or third or fourth, right? Another thing to note when you are looking for investor friendly agents, you need to let them know that this is a novation agreement. So I would reach out to agent groups and communities and things of that nature and say, hey, I'm looking for an investor friendly agent that is able to do novation listings, Okay. I'm saying that specifically because not all agents are able to do them based on the brokerage that they are assigned to or that they're with. Okay. So just know that. And then, secondly, on that with the agents, so we need an agent that can list it. Also, you want to have an experienced agent. Just because an agent can list it as a novation or they work with a brokerage that will allow them to. But if it's their first one, I do not want to be that agent's guinea pig. Not me personally. I think there's a time and a place for that, right? I don't mind helping people gain experience. If we have multiple deals going, then I could say, you know what, this one should be pretty cookie cutter. There's no reason this shouldn't get sold quickly. Let me go ahead and pass this to this less experienced agent so they can start to gain some experience. Like, I'm all about giving somebody an upper hand or a stepping stool, if that makes sense. But if it's your first deal, if it's my first deal, and it's their first deal, like, we do not need to be going through this together. I need somebody that I can lean onto their experience, especially on such a new creative strategy. Well, the strategy is not new, but if it's new to you, then you want to make sure that you're leaning on somebody's experience there. So I hope this was helpful for you, and just breaking down novations a little more and just having some discussions about it. If you have any more questions about novations or any strategy for that matter, leave a comment below. I absolutely do not mind hopping on here, recording one of these videos, because if you have the question about it, I promise you somebody else does as well. And my goal here and the whole intent of this channel is to provide true value that will help you close your first or next deal. That's what this is about. Okay. So please, again, like, subscribe, share, check out the descriptions below. But y'all have a beautifully blessed one. I'll see y'all soon.